We are so grateful to have Jay as our guest speaker for this evening. Jay is a lead business analyst with extensive experience working across the information technology space, helping both large enterprises and government organizations to deliver complex projects. Jay is a certified business analyst practitioner and an IIBA NZ chapter member. Jay was one of the speakers at 2023 Global Business Analyst Day and on the judging panel for 2024 IIBA Annual Awards. Hello, Jay. Welcome,
Hi.
and the floor is all yours now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Theora. And thank you, uh, everyone who joined the online session today. And Jay, actually, this is my second time to join the BA Career Meetup. So it's such a pleasure. And it's amazing to see all those who have been contributing to the BA community. Thank you so much. Um, Yeah, thank you, Sophie, for organizing such a great event for us to meet online. All right, so let me just share my screen. Okay, let me know if you can see that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, actually, I would very much like today's discussion like to be kind of open, a team chat or have a conversation with friends. It's not like a presentation. I've seen that someone already posted in the Slido asking me about what a BA would profession would be like in 5 years of time. So just a confession that I'm not able to see the things coming up in the next 5, 10 years. But I will generally say what I understand about the BA profession as a whole, and some of the let's say strategies to yeah go with the flow and also taking some of the opportunities lies ahead of us and also coping with the uncertainties and risks. All right, so I was also use the mind map rather than a PowerPoint slide that makes me feel calmer. It feels like I'm just sharing my thoughts rather than giving a presentation. So just feel free to raise questions in the chat or slide or jump in if you have any questions. And of course, if we have time, we can discuss after I just share the content here. You know. All right. So I would like to start with a rough outline what I'm going to share and discuss tonight. Number one is to understand the evolving role of a business analyst as a profession in the AI era. So I'm not going to talk about very practical or day-to-day tasks, what AI would do, but thinking rather kind of a level up around the whole profession. I'll come to it, why I'm doing this, and what you can benefit from it. Yeah, this is just my personal thinking, and I would like to inspire more thinkings around it. All right. And number two is to learn why embracing a skin in the game mindset enhances effectiveness and value creation for business analysts. So some of you might have heard the skin in the game. So I'll explain what it means. It sounds very vague, or probably you don't know what it is, but never mind. I'll come to it soon. All right. So let's just jump in the AI era and its impact on the business analyst profession. Before that, I might just briefly introduce myself a little bit. Actually, I started my career in China. I'm a computer science major and studied in Beijing, living in Shanghai for 8 years. Another 8 years in Chengdu, in the city of Chengdu, where, hot pot, the giant panda. Yeah, that's the city where I'm living. I worked for the company called SAP, which is a German software company. First as the partner service advisor, where I work with SAP solution and reseller partners, helping them to improve their sales and performance. And then I moved on to a product innovation team as a business analyst, specializing in design thinking, where SAP heavily promotes design thinking as its innovative ways of working with the development team and with the customers as well. So I lived in Chengdu for about 8 years before I moved to New Zealand with my partner, 2019, where we could perhaps find it New Zealand is a perfect place to find work-life balance. And we just fell in love with the flat white, the the breeze in Wellington, everything. So we're quite happy with our life here and working from the company. You can enjoy the views from the waterfront and working from home, hybrid mode, etc. COVID. Anyway, I think we've been just through a lot of things for the last couple of years. So I came to New Zealand and studied master professional accounting. Actually, it is kind of a bold move for me because accounting is the least desirable subject for me in the beginning. But I would like to expand my previously more IT focused mindset or toolkit to a more business oriented or business knowledge. So that's why I think, oh, because I didn't, I think I might have chosen business analyst as the master degree in Victoria, but at the time, I think the timing was not allowed for me. So I think accounting, oh, it's business focused and it's 16 subjects, lots of exams. Uh, so I think, oh, damn, I just give it a try because it's such a diverse topic. Who knows? I might be interested in one or two. Uh, and eventually, I think I did enjoy a few of them, um, which one of them is finance. So I'll probably talk about finance later on and in the skin the game part because it's related. So after graduation, I got hired by Qual IT and then now Expert 360, which are two great consultancies. So I've been through a few government and company projects. So till now, I'm on the Suncorp life transition project, helping them with the sales of their life insurance to a buyer. Okay. So I think that's briefly about me. Let's say, so, okay, let's just expand it a little bit. So why am I are we taking a look at the business profession as a profession? It's interesting because I was studying master of professional accounting, and one of the very first CPA Australia exam is about ethics and governance, and the very first topic is about accounting as a profession. So that's got me into thinking, oh, what is a profession? Accountant, okay, lawyers, doctors, okay, and then what else? Is business analysis a profession? So if we take a look at the definition, okay, Oxford Dictionary, it says, okay, an occupational area of vocation that involves prolonged training and formal qualification. Hmm. Yeah, that seems to be a definition for a profession. But are there any attributes that could confirm the existence of a profession? Okay, CPA get 8 of them. Let's see if business analysis in this case is a profession. Oh, that's that's a lot. Okay, let's make it smaller. Okay. All right. Yeah, feel free to jump in if you see this if this one makes the case for business analysis. Okay, number one, systematic body of theory and knowledge. Yes, we have Babok, tools, expertise, etc. All right. Number two, extensive education process for its members. Yes, we have the degree in business analysis and related IT business, um, and the IBA certifications, trainings, right? Number three, idea of service to the community. Yes, we're serving the organizations, public, private sectors to help to make positive changes, right? Um, high degree of autonomy and independence. Code of ethics for its members. I think it's part of the Babok as well. Distinctive ethos and culture. Yes. Okay, number seven, application of professional judgment. This one is interesting because it says if we see if a person is a professional or not, the single most important attribute that differentiates professionals from non-professionals is the application of professional judgment. I think, I believe in the business analysis case, yeah, it is the one. Okay. Existence of a governing body. Yeah, that's, I think, by IBA, International Institute of Business Analysis, is playing the role, which speaks for the profession as a whole and ensure new starters have the prerequisite standard of education and practitioners continue to keep up to date. Encourage the settings and monitoring high standards of professional conduct and ensure high standards of performance and conformance by the professional body itself. So if we take a look at the whole 8 attributes, I think the BA, business analysis, is a profession. Why we are thinking it as a whole, because I think with the AI and emerging technologies, the roles of the business analyst or the business analysis as a whole is changing. It keeps evolving. So the business analysis today is definitely very different 5 years, 10 years from now. Not mentioning 20 years or even 50 years. That's unthinkable at the moment. So what is business analysis? Or how can we differentiate with some other familiar roles like project manager, right? System architect, software developer, change manager, etc. Yeah, if you think of, yeah, you might put in the chat but if let's take a look at what IBA say about what is a business analysis. Business analysis is a practice of enabling change in an organizational context by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders. Okay, I think it took a lot of time for them to just work on those very precise wording. All right, so it's talking about enabling change in an organizational context by defining needs, recommending solutions, deliver value and to the stakeholders, right? The key 6 key elements of the business analysis. Yeah. But will it hold maybe 5, 10 years from now? I don't know. Actually, I think last month there was a BA festival that's happening in Wellington. I was asking one of the speakers from the IBA saying if there's going to be a Babok 4, you know, but the answer seems to be no. It will keep evolving. So they will probably update just online and keeps updating it. So maybe the definition of business analysis will keep changing, but it's not there something solid or not changing for maybe 10 years, but it keeps evolving, right? So by definition, I think IBA also says the business analyst is an agent of change. Interestingly, last time on the BA festival, the host asked the audience, "Who do you think you are the change agent? Raise your hand." You know what? Only half of the audience raised their hand. So there seems to be an interesting gap there, how we understand the nature of our profession. If only half of the people doesn't think that we are a change agent, what about the other half, right? But actually, if you think of business analyst as a whole, you see business analysis is a practice of enabling change. So what I see is that the business analysis is just itself is the change, is embracing the change, enabling the change, make changes happen in our way. How we do it, we defining needs, recommending solutions to deliver value to stakeholders, right? So if in this case, if we define business analysis is enabling change, then where there is a change, so we have our value to create for the organization or for the society. So that makes myself life a little bit easier because now are facing a very tough job market, right? If you lose your job for whatever reason, you might think of, oh, should I try something else? Should I be a developer? Should I be a vlogger? Should I be a writer or something else? But if we believe that BAs is with change, but anyway, there's change needed in the society or in the organizations, and we can bring our value to that organization. So that just reconfirm our capability, and we don't have to worry about the profession as a whole or to jumping, um, you know, between different professions. Of course, you can try out different things, but maybe staying in the circle of competence could make our capability to grow exponentially. I mean, if you invest in long term, it will grow with time. Okay, all right. So I think there is a lot of people discussing this aspect of facing the emerging technologies like AI. And there is a book. Let me try this one first. Called Future Proof: Amplifying Agility with AI and Insightful Business Analysis by Tim Coventry and Angela Wick. Tim Coventry is I think he's the former president of IIB Australia. So this is a new book. Actually, it discussed beautifully about the current and future roles that business analysts will play. And he just called to everyone to be a change maker and challenge us to be a strategic facilitator. I think one of the rationales from Tim and Angela is that if we take a look at the biggest impact on the whole spectrum of the professions or within a profession, those who hang in the middle could be easily replaced or challenged because the functional requirements, like the traditional way of working, like BA, it can be replaced by ChatGPT. But if you become more strategic facilitator, that means you contribute to a more strategic decision-making process that involves the whole market, the competition, like you influence the C-suite decision makers, you have a better chance of staying ahead of the game, right? Or you could easily slide into some low end jobs that could be possible in the future. Right. Another thing that what I found really useful is for us to adopt the systems thinking rather than our traditional very siloed way of working. So becoming a system thinker becomes a critical for us to make connections, to make informed decisions, and to provide valuable insights for the decision makers. Well, I think I just make a note here. There are even some more um, forces, big forces other than AI that is shaping our times. We're in the kind of, let's say, the 100-year life. So people are living longer. So we have a career span of over, I don't know, 30, 40 years. So choosing a profession and continuing to grow with it and find meanings with it and never get bored of it seems to be a challenge for everyone. All right. Um, so bear all these in mind. I think AI is just an example of our current human condition. We're facing a super turbulent, uncertain, risky world, and no one knows what's going to happen, right? Just like for example, next week, who knows if Trump or Harris will win? So at the moment, so who knows? Who knows? Yeah, put in the chat. All right, cool. So that's with that, just in summary, if we think of business analysis as a profession that is associated with change, it is comforting because we associate with the change. Where there's a change, we can contribute because we know how change happen and we can make them happen, make the positive change happen if needed, right? Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the next one, embracing the skin in the game mindset. What is a skin in the game? It's Some of you might have heard this book. It's called The Skin in the Game, Hidden Asymmetries in Daily Life by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Uh, Nassim Taleb is a scholar and a investor. So he wrote a series of books, the famous one, The Black Swan, Anti-Fragile, and this one, Skin in the Game, talking about actually possibilities and thinking about risks. So he proposed this skin in the game to um, skin in the game is just having a personal risks and exposure in the outcomes and the decision or actions. Actually, this is to ensure the accountability of the and fairness. So what is skin in the game? I think you just take risks on your own. Let me give an example, like Chris and Theora and Sophie. This is like skin in the game. You present yourself, you organize something that is bigger than you, invite the whole community to share things. Yeah, so that is what I see the best example of skin in the game. And you as the audience, also you're skin in the game. So obviously you can do something else, right? Having a lovely dinner with your loved ones. You can go to the gym. You can enjoy the rain or the lovely evening yeah. But now you're here listening to some stupid guy, yeah, sharing nonsense. But this is what I see the skin in the game that you're you're taking a little bit of risks. Yeah, there's big or small, but this is as a whole, collectively, we're contributing to something bigger than us. Um, so I think the essence of the skin in the game actually described in the epilogue, the summary of the book. If you read that through, you will find that, for example, the first one, oh, no muscles without strength. Actually, I started to do strength training this year. I know that without the deadlifts, the squats, the press, the bench press, oh, there's no muscle, you know. That's what. So it's sad that I know it this year, but it's better to be late than never, right? And you can see that, oh, friendship with no friendship without trust, no opinion without consequences, no change without ethics, no age without values, etc. No life without effort, blah, 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 blah. You can, if you read that through, that's a kind of like a poem, you know, but in the negative form, know something without something. And most of all, nothing without skin in the game. So that means if you want to create value, if you want to gain something from life, there's no way if you don't invest anything, if you don't show up, if you don't engage, if you don't put yourself to risk your faces, right? To engage with people, to build something, to get your hands dirty, etc. So obviously at that. I think Taleb just relates this notion, skin in the game, also to the finance world. You know, in finance, if you invest in the kind of mutual fund, you get the average profit from all the basket of stocks that you're taking. All right. So it is wise for you to decide the portfolio that you're investing in. That's also a skin in the game. So why is it important for business analysts? As a profession, like I said, we're enabling changes. So we as a whole, the business analyst as a profession, you're not able to create value if you don't go skin in the game. By skin in the game, perhaps let's just relate it back to what Tim has said, become a change maker and strategic facilitator. So you risk more with the opportunities and threats posed by AI to move upward, to take more challenges, to build more positive changes in this case, right? So why is it important for you as a business analyst practitioner? And same, yeah, you're not able to gain anything if you don't um, sweat something in your life, right? What does it mean to be skin in the game? I think in the organizational context, what I believe Peter Drucker also said it beautifully. The question you can ask is, what can I contribute that will significantly affect the performance and the results of the institution I serve? Oh, Peter Drucker, by the way, is a management guru. So it's sad that those management groups are not being talked about. So people now are talking about Silicon Valley CEOs and yeah, forget the rest. But sometimes I found um, management thinkers like Peter Drucker, like what's that? Handy, Charles Handy. Yeah, I got more wisdom, more than that. Okay. Gaining the game is to make sure that you can contribute continuously in the next decades to come, right? Even with the uncertain technologies lies ahead. All right. So that also could mean that you start you learn, embrace the AI, you learn something new, you try something out. All right. So yeah, I would like to relate with my personal experience and some of my readings and my work experience to give a few little practical strategies to be the skin in the game. But I think this is just for me. I hope it's just inspire your thinking. I'm not giving a solution. I'm not saying it's right. No one knows, right? It's we just random walk. So, okay, I have to. First one, be the change itself. That's why I said embrace the change. Is the strategy. Like Gandhi said, be the uh, change itself. How did Gandhi say it? He said it more beautifully. Uh, be the change you want to see, or something like that. Yes, that's change is always there. So you don't want to be. You want to keep up. So just be the change. Easy. Number two, bias towards action rather than thinking. That's this one is interesting because I found sometimes I don't know about myself until I do something. That means I'm not able to plan well. I do a lot of plans, but you overthink, right? But you do something, you have their experience. Our brain may be used better towards reflection rather than planning. Um, but so maybe you could try to act rather than plan in the first place. Uh, Next one, take ownership, risk, risks wisely. Okay, this one, if we say skin in the game is all about taking risks and to share the responsibilities. But perhaps a good question is to, or the starting point is to know your risk appetite. Yeah, to know if you're able to take so much risk or so little risk. You should probably take the right amount of risk rather than overtaking it or undertaking it, right? That will easily make you not so comfortable. If we define the flow, people always saying the best thing is about work or life is you go into the flow. But that's perhaps the definition is that challenge them a bit of the right amount of the risk that you're taking. You know it when you're there, but you cannot just imagine it or plan it. All right. The next one is hidden asymmetries. I think in Taleb's this book, Skin in the Game, he's talking about the hidden asymmetries in daily life. Yes, we probably could start capturing some of them, like the Pareto 80-20 principle. Perhaps one of the example here is that 20% of the time or input, you get 80% of the results. But now with AI, it seems you can do a research more easily, can do a bit of a research, and you can focus your time to something else. But interestingly, AI could give you answers, but I think the maybe the more important thing here is to validate it if they make sense or if it is relevant. But without any skin in the game, without past experience, without previous investment, solid one in the field, you're not able to gain insight or even to validate if it is relevant or not, right? So we probably should think of where we should invest more into. Yeah, because we have so many things to learn. But technical skills, people skills, some takes more time, you know. Um, um, so it's something we should probably think over. So I'm not able to give you more examples, but I hope that you will give me some examples so we can start working on that. Practice system thinking and design thinking. Like I said, system thinking seems to be getting more important to relate things. Design thinking, uh, yes, it's human-centered thinking and creative thinking. And my previous employer, SAP, and some other organizations like IBM, etc., Ideal, they invested heavily in this field. And now, interestingly, after 10, 15 years, if you look at the design thinking, they're also talking about combining design thinking, which is more innovative, as well as the system thinking, where you can build systems like the system architecture, right? And also Hasso Plattner, who just retired from SAP, the former president, he also one of the founders of Hasso-Plattner Institute and also the D School, the design school of Stanford University, the design school. They are the big promoter of design thinking in the world and over the years. And now they have, I think they just upgraded the whole framework into the AI infused design thinking. That's something, a new place to watch. All right. Next one, embrace AI and work on a human level. Yeah, I think yeah, technology is changing everything. But uh, as a business analyst, we work with people, right? That's what one of our key skills compared to other professionals. So I think we should always we should not forget that we should always engage with people. And I cannot foresee a day when well stakeholders become AI, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking just right now. Second curve. I think it's a notion. It's proposed by Charles Handy, Irish management thinker, and I liked his ideas about relating. He's a kind of someone who can predict the future organizations and society. He most of his books was written in 90s or even 80s, but what he writes in the books even are quite relevant for today. So the second curve, it just depicts that everything that includes our, let's say, our career. It's going upwards, and then it picked someday and going downwards, right? The second curve is to ask you to challenge yourself before you pick, you start a second curve to make sure that you start something new and you use your first curve, the resources from your first curve to start a new one. The that that is a good one because it sometimes, you know, our professional career spans 30, 40 years. You cannot always grow, right? You grows ups and downs. But it's a good indication that when you feel comfortable with everything, oh, I'm doing a great job, and you probably are reaching the peak, you know. So that's when you probably need to think of starting a second curve before it goes down. Good one. Circle of competence, right? That reminds us that we contribute to the society, to the organization in a certain way, and we have accumulated heaps of expertise toolbox to create value, to enabling the changes. So perhaps it's a good way to stay in the circle of competence in a way, and also trying something else, but you have a core skills out there to try something new, right? Skill work portfolio. I said diversification. That's from the finance, obviously. So we're facing a kind of a uncertain world, a risky world. So one of the strategies for us perhaps is to diversify our experience, our toolbox, and but building your core skills there. Who knows? Maybe 10, 20 years, there's no business analyst. It becomes something else, becomes strategic facilitator. Who knows? Who knows what the name will be? But still, you have a portfolio to offer to enabling change in a new way, right? I think the last but not the least, open mindset and lifelong learning. I talked about the 100-year life by Linda Grattan. Can I make it bigger? Yes. He's talking about we human have a longer lifespan, so we are transitioning from the three-stage model to a multi-stage life. Previously, it's education, work, retirement. Now it's education, a bit of exploration, employment, and then who knows? We decided to transition to something else. We started become a contractor, etc. And at the end of the day, we perhaps building a portfolio, a mix of paid and unpaid work before we retire. And there is also a movement in the US, what's that? The FIRE, financial independence and retire early. I don't even know if that's feasible in New Zealand, but yeah, there seems to be kind of explorations in the middle, and we're adapting to change all the time. I think that's perhaps helps ease us a little bit. We are not taking it for granted that we'll have a linear career. No, we will be something very different 5, 10 years from now. And very much I would like to add here what is called eat, sleep, and move. Yes. Eat, sleep, move. I think you can, one of the strategies, I think that's from another book from the Dilbert. I think he just said, eat well, sleep well, move well, so that you have the courage or you have the motivation to make positive changes, right? So I think that's very obvious, but easy one, but maybe not easy to follow. But yeah, I just added here. Okay, I think I've said it too much. I'm just yeah, it feels like I'm talking to myself, and yeah, that's not so good. So I just wrap it up. So I'm talking about the business analysis as a profession as a whole, that everybody is contributing to collectively, and we're making changes happen in our own way, and it needs to keep evolving, and by taking more risks and by skin in the game so that we can create value. And we one of the strategies to be the change itself and keeps learning and keeps talking to the people, keeps attending meetups like this, and keeps losing face. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay, thank you
Um,
very much, Jay.
no problem. Let
Before
me
we jump
just,
into the Q&A session,
yeah.
I would like to just summarize in one sentence of BA is all about changes, but we have to be aware of BA as a profession, it changes itself sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
sometimes.
me
Yeah,
share my screen.
yeah,
Can you see the questions?
yes. Yes.
So yeah, I really want to interrupt you, but I was so enjoying of your presenting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples where AI, generative AI has been implemented effectively across? No, I haven't. But someone on the line may know. Just jump in. Feel free to jump in. As BAs, we are constantly learning. How would you recommend keeping up to date with all the rapid changes in regards to AI? Let's try out things. Yeah, just spend a little extra money on the subscriptions or and try out things within, yeah, if you can. Um, and also there is already a lot of discussions outside of New Zealand. Like I recommended a book, right, the other day. I think what's that book? Recommended by the starter of LinkedIn, who wrote a book about AI. Yeah, maybe the US is the somewhere we can look to. Where have you
Okay.
seen generative AI as a benefit to your work? Yeah, I think it's frankly, I sometimes feel scary that especially the new LLM by the Preview O1, yeah, the new model seems to be so capable. And yeah, I can feel that it helps you. At the same time, it feels scary that yeah, like it could affect your future job. But yeah, we might have to find some other ways to create value.
How do
How do you
you
keep
keep
up?
up to date on generative AI and other new tools that emerge that are applicable to BA work?
I think generative AI is just one of those applications for AI. There's certainly a lot of new other tools, right? Yeah, by the way, I think those who are on the line who are able to answer this questions beautifully. Yeah, I'm not able to answer all of them, and I'm not able to do that in a kind of a technical level for today. Not in the mood for that, but I'll just try. Do you believe AI still have promising future considering the limited job opportunities and growing number of advancement in the AI? Thinking AI, in my view, they will have a great impact on the society as a whole, but in which to which extent and it if it can be comparable to the generative technology used like the electricity maybe half a century ago, or if we're talking about personal computers and internet that some 20, 30 years ago, it's still unknown, but I think it's better that we getting prepared for that. Do you believe FBA's okay. What was most of new shift in your career that is aligned with the advancement of the AI in the industry? I cannot say because we're actually for me I'm still at the beginning phase that AI will wield its power in the industry. So yeah, we just look and see. In your experience, how has embracing the skin in the game mindset to be a more impactful solutions or decision making in projects? For me, I think coming to New Zealand is one of the biggest. skin in the game, things that I've done in my life. So I think that has no doubt impacted every aspect of my life, and I've never regretted it. And it's certainly, and by the way, this is the thing. This is why I said perhaps you just do it rather than think too much. Once you throw yourself in a new context, right? You sometimes you just know what to do, how to adapt to new things. And with that, you gain experience, and that's something you can reflect on afterwards. Could you provide some advice for finding the first BA job, given the competitive job market? And that's what I've been through this whole process. You know, 3, 4 years ago, I still in COVID, I would been through the job searching. You know, first job is always challenging for newcomers. So, so just do it. Just reaching out to the people you know and attending seminars like this and face-to-face engagement with the societies and create value for what you do in any work you are in the organization. Yeah, just do it.
Jay?
Yeah.
Because time almost there, so shall we answer three more and then we wrap up?
Yeah. So if you would like to speak on the line, yeah, just feel free. Uh, Otherwise, it just like for me like a monologue. It's not like like a dialogue. Hello, could you provide some advice finding the first? Okay, I think I've answered it. How would you transition from the BI? Yes, actually, I just played with my strength. I'm finding that it could be very challenging for me to find my first accounting role, and I could contribute with my previous BA experience. So I would just saying to the future employer at the time that I just complement my BA skills with more in-depth knowledge around business by getting the master professional accounting. And that's actually one of the reasons they hired me, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. How can we influence executives? That's a very good question. I think that that if skin in the game is just to taking risks, I think it's one of our biggest strengths for BAs is the curiosity. You know, you want to know how the world, how the society, how the organization, how the business runs, how people thinking about things, making decisions. And you would like to take part into the whole process, understanding all these things in a deep way. So once you've gained all these this experience along the way, you will have the exposure to different experience that will help you to move upward to a more strategic decision making. Yeah.
All
All right.
right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
let's move to
Yeah. I hope
there's
that,
so many good questions,
yes,
and
they
because
are.
we are running out of time.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't answer them all, and yeah, I still feel very humbled to be here, and it's really a great pleasure. But I hope that I answered some of you, and I hope it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, Jay, thank you so much once again. And also
No problem.
thank for all the participants for the great questions. And all these insights are truly eye-opening for me, at least for myself, for now, because I have learned a lot that I can, play ahead of my career transition. And to everyone here, a big thank you for, taking the time to joining us tonight. Your presence and engagement made this event even more special. I truly appreciate your support. and we will upload the recordings on YouTube channel. So feel free to visit the event. If you enjoyed today's session, please spread the word and stay tuned for our next event. I would like to say thank you again to everybody and to Jay also, and to Theora. We hope to see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Jay.
Have a good
Really
night.
enjoyed your talk.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Chris. Everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.